Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Kincaid or Ice Rink 5 AM here, and today I am beyond excited to bring you my very first Call of Duty Ghosts weapon guide. Today, I'll be going in depth discussing what I feel is the absolute best submachine gun that you can possibly use in Call of Duty Ghosts. So, as you may have guessed from the gameplay, this weapon is the mtar-x, and this gun is an absolute beast. After playing with it for a few hours as well as doing quite a bit of testing in private matches, I have concluded that this weapon is the best submachine gun in Ghosts. In this weapon guide, I'll first cover all of the statistics for the mtar-x, we'll recap the information, and then I'll give you a recommended class setup. Let's get started. First of all, every weapon in Call of Duty Ghosts is unlocked through squad points rather than an unlock level. The mtar-x actually costs the most squad points in the submachine gun class, obviously for a good reason, at 9 points. These points are not easy to come by, but I'd say the mtar-x is definitely worth the 9 points it costs. Next up on the list, we've got magazine size, and the MTAR has a huge mag at 38 rounds or 57 with the extended mag, and this is the second largest SMG clip in Call of Duty Ghosts. This magazine will definitely play to your advantage, and I find that if you run sleight of hand, you typically do not need to run a secondary, as you have plenty of time to reload and you're usually not out of ammo. Moving forward, the reload speed of the mtar-x is pretty much average for submachine guns. It will take about 2.4 seconds to reload if there are still bullets in the clip, or about 3 seconds to reload if the magazine is empty. Now, the more I use this gun, the more I realize how similar it is to the MSMC from Call of Duty Black Ops 2. It actually has the same fire rate as the MSMC at 720 rounds per minute. Although this fire rate is below average for submachine guns, it actually works very well as the weapon doesn't recoil too hard from long range, yet it's still very effective at close range. Now, the next thing I'd like to talk about regarding this weapon is the number of shots it takes to kill. I'm unsure of the exact damage of the weapon at this point, but I know that the weapon takes 3 to 4 shots to kill. That is absolutely ridiculous for a submachine gun. If you take a look at these tests on screen, you can see that from point blank it is a 3-shot kill. From a little bit farther back, it's still a 3-shot kill. When we move a little ways back to a medium range, it takes 4 shots to kill, and then all the way at the end of this line of sight, it still takes 4 shots to kill. I didn't bother testing any further distances because you will never take shots longer than that line of sight with a submachine gun, so maybe the MTAR has a 5 or 6 bullet kill range, but it's never a range that you'll encounter. I did this same test with all the other submachine guns, and the MTAR far surpasses all the rest. Next up on the list, we've got time to kill, which pretty much puts fire rate and shots to kill in one category to simplify things. So, the MTAR from close range will kill in 1/4 of a second, and it will kill in 1/3 of a second from all other ranges. Although the fire rate of the MTAR may be slower than most submachine guns, its quick time to kill easily makes up for that. Now, I can't tell you the exact headshot multiplier of the mtar-x since I don't know its exact damage, but if you look at the clips on screen, you can see that at the MTAR's 3-bullet kill range, you will get a 2-shot headshot, and at the MTAR's 4-bullet kill range, you'll get a 3-shot headshot. This means that the weapon has a multiplier of at least 1.1 times. I've not yet done this test with the other submachine guns, so I can't conclude if the MTAR is better or worse than them in this category. At this point, we've got just one more test to perform before we recap all of our information. If you take a look at the clip on the screen, you can see that the recoil of the MTAR is very, very low and controlled. Even when we zoom in on the bullet spread, all of it is still confined to this little green circle, and this can definitely be used to your advantage. I performed the same recoil test with the other submachine guns, and the MTAR definitely has some of the lowest recoil out of the category. So here is a chart to recap all of the information that we've covered throughout this video. The plus signs mean that the MTAR is better than most of the other submachine guns in a given category, the minus signs means it is worse, and the equal sign means that it is just about as good. There are definitely more positives than negatives, and although there are some great submachine guns in Call of Duty Ghosts, I truly feel that the mtar-x is the best one. So far, my personal favorite MTAR class uses the MTAR with the red dot sight and the suppressor. The red dot sight helps a lot because the iron sights are a little bit obstructive and the suppressor keeps you off the map for submachine gun rushing. And then I like to use a concussion just in case I get into a tight situation where I really need to escape. As for perks, I use some of the best perks for rushing. I like to use Ready Up, Sleight of Hand, Quick Draw, ICU, and Focus. Focus is definitely worth spending squad points on early, and I'll be making a video on that soon. Finally, you're free to use whatever score streaks you like, but I've been using the default assault streaks. So guys, that pretty much wraps up this weapon guide for the mtar-x. I hope you guys give it a shot, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, a like rating would be great, and a subscription as well. I did put a lot of effort into this video. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon. I can feel the love, can you feel it too? I can feel it.